Hey guys, it is Monday and it is almost 7:30 at night. It's just like a couple of minutes till I just walked in from the office. It has been a very long Monday and I have not finished my meal plan. I was working on it last night and I was so tired. I ended up just closing my book and setting it down and did not finish meal planning. So I am winging this. Earlier today, on my lunch break, I did grab this out before I had to go to the feed store to go pick up feed. So it is pretty much defrosted. It's still a little bit icy in the middle, but that'll be okay. So I'm going to just take a pork loin. Last week, I'd hit a sale at Save-A-Lot, and they were clearancing out these great big bags of shredded collards for $1 each. So I picked up 2 bags. And I am going to go ahead and use some of these tonight. And I am going to take the collards with some onions. I have some fresh garlic back over here. And this is some canned bacon. I don't know if I'm going to can bacon again because this whole container was literally stuffed to here all the way up. And when I canned it, it is all the way down and it is so much grease. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I love having the bacon and it being easily accessible. I'm thinking next time I pick up the sale bacon from Save-A-Lot, I am just going to separate the bags and make it into little individual baggies and put them in the freezer and do it that way, because this, I don't know, I just don't love the flavor of the canned bacon as much. So live and learn. Chris really likes it. I don't like it as much. So I'm going to saute onions, garlic, bacon, and collard greens and do it like that. I'm also going to make some mushrooms and just do some buttered mushroom caps. And then I pulled a bag of corn. This is corn I put up last summer in the freezer. So I am needing to make some freezer space. So I am going to do corn. These are pineapples I picked up last week, and I have got to do something with them this week before they start going bad. I just had such a busy weekend. I planned on canning over the weekend. I have so many beans I need to can every time I go to the store. And I see beans on sale, dried beans. I grab a couple and put them in the pantry, and my big container that holds all my dried beans is overflowing. So I really need to do some black beans and pinto and kidney. So I want to do that and get them into the pantry. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get this going in the oven. That won't take too long. I'll just do it in my little toaster oven. It works really well and won't have to heat up the whole kitchen. And get the collard greens going. The mushrooms I'll just do in the microwave, and the corn I'll put into the toaster oven. Actually, I might do the mushrooms in the toaster oven also. I could put all of that stuff in there, no problem. So I'm going to, excuse me, get started, hopefully have dinner done by 8. Chris is still out. Jaden's at work. I'm not sure where Trevelin's at. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this going, and it'll be ready for whoever ends up coming home. They'll have dinner. So I decided to make a dessert to go along with tonight's dinner. I haven't made a dessert for the family in a while. I've done it for parties and things like that. And this is pretty much runs along the lines of an impossible pie, if anyone's ever made that. But I just substituted out things. This is unsweetened, just coconut flakes with coconut flour, swerve. I used, oh my gosh, maybe a tablespoon of half and half, 3 eggs, a splash of homemade vanilla, and I sprayed the pan with coconut. So I'm just keeping it kind of coconut themed, and I've mixed it all together. I'm just going to put it in the pan, and as soon as everything in the toaster oven is done, I'll pop this in, and after dinner we'll have some warm coconut. It'll almost be like a custardy pie. It'll hold its shape to cut it, but if you eat it when it's warm, it's almost like a custard, and then I'll just put some whipped cream over the top. So it'll be very good. Okay, so this is Chris's plate. He has the pork loin with collards, mushrooms, corn, and some homemade applesauce. This is the coconut pie. I already gave Jaden a little chunk out of it. So I'm going to skip the applesauce and some of the corn. I'm just going to get a little bit corn to try and keep it a little low in the carb count. Hey guys, it is Tuesday afternoon and I am not technically on my lunch break, but if you can see, I have Muggsy in the back seat of my car. He had what we thought was a little bite or a cut on his neck, and it has gotten really bad. So we had antibiotics and we're giving him antibiotics, but we sent some pictures of it to our vet who's a good friend of ours, and he said, bring him in. I need to shave all the hair and really get a good look at it. Chris and I were working on it last night, but the poor guy, it just hurts too much to mess with. So I'm gonna go drop him off and he is going to get sedated and cleaned and shaved and figure out what exactly is going on with his neck. So today has taken a turn. That means I'll probably be working through part of my lunch trying to catch up. It'll probably be a late day because I'm gonna have to go right after work and go pick him up back from the vet's office. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like a storm is rolling in. It's super dark. Back over on the other side of the trees, you can't see very well. But if you look this way, it's still blue skies. But I think we're in for a decent storm. I love a good storm. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm on my lunch break, and tonight's dinner is going to be a bit of a mix and match. I have a whole turkey breast laid out here. It's our last Zacon turkey breast, which I am very sad about. So we're gonna have this for dinner. Chris and Jaden absolutely love stovetop. I do too, but I'm not gonna be eating it, even though I hate to say it, but I really love stovetop. I know it's just like so cheap and stuff, but I'm sure it's full of a million preservatives, but I love it. It's good. So I'm going to make them some stovetop to go along with dinner tonight. We still have corn left over from last night, applesauce left over from last night, and collard greens from last night. So I'm going to put those out. The guys did not like the collard greens as much as I do, so I will be having a lot more collard greens than them. This is some homemade cranberry sauce that I made the beginning of the year. I think I made it in January. So we're going to have some homemade cranberry sauce. And these are some pickled green beans. So we are going to do some pickled green beans along with dinner. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this defrost. And whenever I come in at right at 5, I will put it in the oven, and then I have to go get the dog from the vet, and then by the time I get back it should be ready to go, and I'll just whip up the stovetop. That takes all of 3 minutes to do, and I'll warm up the corn and the greens. Okay guys, this is Chris's dinner. There's a lot more carbs on his plate than I will be eating, but we have turkey breast with dressing, corn. These are spicy pickled green beans. I definitely will not be having these. I tried one, it set my mouth on fire, so not for me. A biscuit, I just made him and Jaden some biscuits, and fresh watermelon that a customer gave to us. So this is his plate. This is mine. I have 2 slices of the herbed turkey breast, a little bit of corn, collard greens, 3 pieces of watermelon, and some low sugar homemade cranberry sauce. No biscuits, no dressing for me. Hey, come here. Yep, this is my garden. Hey guys, it is Wednesday night and it is about 7:15 and I just walked in the door. I'm gonna make something tonight that is not really on plan. it's kind of, I can't even say it's kind of, it's not really on plan. I am just not going to eat much of the tortellini. It's kind of late and I'm in a hurry. So I am going to use up some leftovers that I have in the fridge, which is part of that is that turkey from last night. So I am going to make tortellini soup. I looked at the sugar count on this. This is less than 1 gram of sugar in the bag per serving. I'm sure there is carbs because of it's made with flour, but I'm just going to try and not eat a whole bunch of those. But this is the regular recipe. It's 1 1/3 cup onion, 1 1/3 cup carrots, 6 to 8 ounces of mushrooms, 3 cloves of garlic, 4 1/2 cups of chicken broth, chicken, a teaspoon of oregano, a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and salt and pepper to taste. And then this is kind of like the liquid portion of it. You use a 1/4 cup of butter, a 1/3 cup of flour. I'm going to use the baking blend for that, the Trim Healthy Mama baking blend. 2 1/2 cups of milk. I am going to use the low carb milk for this. I don't think I'm going to use almond milk just because I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm probably just going to switch this out for partially heavy whipping cream and low carb milk, kind of split it up. 9 ounces of tortellini and 4 cups of spinach, a 1/3 cup cream, and Parmesan to top. Now I am going to up my vegetables. I'm going to at least double the vegetables that are in here. And I don't have spinach, but what I do have is collard greens. So I'm just going to chop the collard greens up into smaller pieces and substitute that and toss them in a little earlier. Usually you put spinach right at the end, but I'm going to put the collard greens in with the other vegetables when they're cooking down so they'll soften up. And I would guess that no one in the family is going to be able to really tell the difference. So I'm going to serve this with a large salad tonight, and this is going to be dinner. So I hope to eat by before 8. Like I said, it's already after 7:15 and I just walked in the door. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. Okay guys, this is what the tortellini soup looks like. I'm thinking I probably should have cut up the collards a little bit smaller. I left them a little bit too long, but it's okay. Especially for me, it's okay, but the guys probably won't like it as much. I've already made Chris's a big bowl of soup and a giant salad, and I'm getting ready to take him his dinner. Trevelyan is working in St. Augustine tonight, and Jaden is working tonight. So it's just the two of us right now. Hey guys, it is Saturday, and I meant to start filming this morning, but I have just been so busy and I forgot. It's a little after 11, and I meant to start this last night, and I did not. I'm making stock, and I'm going to be canning pineapple today, and I may be canning beans today if I have time. But I need to clean house and do laundry and go pick up a grocery order, run to Dollar Tree. I really need to look at my day planner and also finish up my zones. Jaden has been cleaning his bathroom, so that was on zone today. I just want to go through all the baskets and bins in there. That was on my list, but I need to go to Dollar Tree to go get some more bins. So it's a busy day, and we'll see just how far I get, because tomorrow, if things go as planned, after church, Trevelyan and I are supposed to go look at apartments in Gainesville. So we're going to see how the day turns out, but today is my kick butt day. Let's try and get as much stuff in one day as we can. So this is stock. I'm getting ready to start. I pulled a couple of my bags of veggie scraps out of the freezer, and I will make sure to try and link the video. I'm actually doing a video on using the Power Pressure Cooker XL to make stock. So I have this is turkey legs, turkey skin, some turkey wings, and 2 bags of veggie scraps. All this is gonna go in here and cook on slow cook until I am ready to can it. And then I will flip it on to pressure cook for just a little while. And then when it's hot and bubbly, I will put it in jars and put it into the canner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started and keep moving with my day. So this is what I have dubbed the Garden of Neglect. I don't know if you can tell just how high the weeds are, but I am on the chicken side of the fence right here. And this is the other side, and if there was a dog in there, you couldn't see it. So peeking above the weeds are my tomatoes over here, the ones that I have left. And believe it or not, down in there are squash and zucchini that are still producing, along with cucumbers, climbing this over here. In the back, I have pineapple, and if you can see right here, these like blue and orangey colored and the stake sticking up, all of those are pepper plants, and they are all still producing, shockingly enough. I have a volunteer eggplant that has come up, and then I have ground cherries that sprung up in this bucket, and there are ground cherries and squash growing randomly out in the field. So Chris and I talked, and we are just letting this pretty much go right now for the rest of summer. We just have so much stuff going on right now. I'm going to come out and pick what's still producing, but I'm not going to try and keep it mowed down. It is just a lot right now, and we have so much going on. So I'm just not trying to grow a summer garden right now. It is just too hot, too hard. The weeds are out of control. So I am letting this go for now. I'm going to keep producing, or keep picking what is producing, and you know, it's still producing, but we are going to go to more raised beds, and over the next few months, I'm going to concentrate my efforts on putting money towards raised beds. I'm probably going to get rid of some of the smaller tubs just because I want to go larger, and the washer drums and dryer drums work really well, but I just want to keep larger, more permanent things in here. And then we're going to look at different ground covers and things like that to keep the weeds down. That, or I'm just going to have to add this into our route of things that we mow during the summer and spring and fall and pretty much all year round in Florida. There's only a couple of months we are not mowing in Florida. So we're just going to figure it out, and I want to go to more raised beds because I literally don't have the time. I work 40 plus hours a week in the office, and then just trying to keep up with everything around the house. And if we actually want to have a life and go camping and do things with the kids and do things with family, I need to go to a more maintenance free out here. So this is what we're doing for now. I hate doing it, but I just literally don't have the time. So we're gonna wait till it starts dying back some, come in here and pull all the metal out, any of my fencing out, and I'm gonna start acquiring raised beds. I think I'm gonna use IBC totes. They're readily available. I can have them delivered here, and as I can afford them, I'm gonna pick up, I believe, 3 at a time, and then put them around the perimeter, and then we can still till the middle and put anything in the middle for now that we want to till and do. But eventually I probably won't even do that down the road. I probably won't be tilling too much. So this is where we're at for now. This is my garden of neglect, and we'll see what happens comes the fall. So I am going to start incorporating these girls into the flock, and I think I have 1 rooster. I think I have 3 females and 1 male, because I'm thinking that one right there is a rooster. But I have the lid open today. It's kind of hazy, overcast a little bit, so it's not quite so hot. And I am tempting them to learn to get up on the side and get out of here. You can see them starting to peek their heads over the side with watermelon. So I have them like a little ramp system. They can hop up, get up on the side, and look out. They have their feet in the back and their perch, but I want them to start getting into the big coop so that I don't have to keep going back and forth between the 2 coops. So I'm going to take the dogs out of here because I know the dogs are a distraction for them, and they'll slowly start working their way out of here. They're definitely big enough to start holding their own with the other chicks. I always like having them a little bit bigger before they incorporate them into the flock, because it saves on them getting beat up quite so badly. So these guys are definitely big enough. So they'll slowly work their way out. One curious one will get up and out, and there'll always be the dumb one that can never figure out how to get out, and I have to end up helping out in the long run. But it's a good day for it. The sun's out, but it's not awful, and they'll slowly start working their way out. I'll come out in about an hour and see how many of them have worked up the courage to climb out. Hey guys, it is a little after 1 in the afternoon. I have a Walmart pickup between 1 and 2, so I am trying to hit my errands before 2 o'clock. So I am at Dollar Tree right now. I have my planner with my list of things that I really need to get from Dollar Tree. It is hot. It is, let's see, it is 94, I think is what it says on my display right now. But it's not just the heat. It is, you walk outside and you are just drenched with sweat. My hair, I washed it early this morning. It is still wet. It won't dry. So it is all just pulled and twisted up because it is just so hot and humid today. So I am hoping that during the day is when I'm going to get all of my cleaning and chores and running around done. And then this afternoon it's supposed to rain, which I will not be surprised if it does. And when it's raining, I'll probably work on canning late in the afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and run into Dollar Tree, hopefully get this done in about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. And then if I have time, I'd love to run over to Big Lots. I need some more coconut oil for us and for the dogs. I did order some on my Walmart order, but I really like the stuff from Dollar Tree. It's non-GMO. I don't know. I've been buying it there for a while and it works really good. I need to make up the dogs some more of their turmeric, coconut oil, pepper mixture that I feed them. So I'm out of it. I mean, I have just enough maybe for the week. If I don't get it this week, I'll get it next week. But I'm just going to go ahead and grab my list and zip in and out. I have a whole bunch of plastic bags that if I see the tomato guy I always buy from, I'm going to drop them off with him and maybe pick up a few tomatoes and just try and work through my day. All right, I'm going to get out of here and get moving. Okay guys, I am waiting for my pickup, and as soon as they drop it off in my car, then I'm going to be heading home and I'm getting everything put away. There's a couple other cars here that are waiting also, so I have a feeling it'll be just a few minutes before I get my stuff. Just a tip, while I'm waiting, a lot of times I clean the inside of my car. I pick up trash. I always keep one of these in my little side compartment of my door right down here, just to kind of dust and wipe things down. I have wet wipes to wipe off any plastics or anything that gets sticky. The other thing a lot of times I do when I'm sitting and waiting is I pluck my eyebrows. I know that seems really odd, but the outside daylight is so great for being able to see everything that I always keep tweezers in my bag, and I sit here and will pluck my eyebrows. It's just something that you can do while you're sitting and waiting. I used to do this in the pickup line whenever I was picking up my kids from school, and so my car always stayed pretty darn neat, so that all I needed to do is vacuum it out and occasionally wash it. So it keeps it from trash accumulating or dust accumulating. And I also have one of these little atomizer type things, and it'll start putting out some essential oils. It just has water and essential oil in here, and so it'll diffuse while I'm wiping down my car and waiting for my groceries to come. Sit here and listen to a book or some music and clean my car. Another helpful tip is napkins. This is where my cup holder goes, and whenever I go through fast food or something like that and they give me a big old stack of napkins, I will just lay a bunch of them here, and that way I keep my drinks and stuff here, and this always ends up being such a messy spot that whenever it starts to get the least bit dirty, you can just take the top napkin off, or if a drink were to spill or leak through, there's a bunch of napkins there to absorb it. Just wipe it up and put another stack in place. So I have my unsweet tea and nuts right here to snack on. The other thing I use, other than that little blue thing, it's like a, I don't know, chamois type, I don't know, microfiber type cloth thing, is you can use a paintbrush, just a dry paintbrush. This is really good for getting in the grooves along edges, and this is actually for cars, and I have this in here also. It's got a point for trying to get out any grime. So these are two things. I just keep them in my side pocket, and when I have a minute I clean. But I think I see my load coming, so okay, I have left Walmart. Now I saw my tomato guy, the guy I buy tomatoes and stuff from, and I have a ton of bags for him. I save up all of my like Walmart bags, and instead of recycling all of them or using them, I take them to him. So I am gonna drop him off bags now. Hey guys, I just got back from the store and drug all this stuff in. I think I'm gonna do a grocery haul video just because what a big order this was. This is Dollar Tree and Walmart, and there's still some stuff up on the counter too. But I've got to do it quickly because everything is melting because it is so darn hot. So I've got a printout of my order. I'm going to try and get it in order up on the table so I can quickly bust through it and show you what I have, and I'll just see what I can do. So it's been about, I don't know, 3 hours or so since I opened this. It rained really, really hard, and all the watermelon is gone. And all 4 chicks are still in here. So whether or not they actually got out and got part of it, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid because we are getting ready to get way more rain, and I don't want every bit of the shavings to get wet. It looks like I need to fill up their feeder. I filled up their water earlier, so they should be good with water, but it actually feels amazing out here right now. It just rained so hard, and now there's a breeze, and it feels wonderful out here in comparison to how it was. Now is when I would want to be doing outside work, and I am in the middle of the house torn apart, so I can't. I need to go back in the house. So I'm going to take a few minutes, top off their water over here. It looks like they got something in it, and it looks all gross. So I'm going to dump that water and top off this water, top off some feed, and close these ladies up. So I have a couple of chickens that the feathers are just not coming back as quickly as I would like. I think some of the other girls are picking on them. I don't know if you can see this white one right over here. I had taken the chicken saddle off of her, thinking that, you know, the feathers being able, the skin being able to breathe a little bit, and it did not look this bad 3 or 4 days ago, and now she is looking really, really bad. So I'm thinking she is royally getting picked on, and I have another one. This one right here gets picked on horrible. That's why she's still wearing a saddle, which I need to catch her and flip her saddle over. It's all twisted up. And then I have another one that's over here, the black and white one that's in the middle. She has a very red raw spot right in front of her tail, and tonight she's a pain in the butt to catch. So tonight when they're up in the coop, I'll come out here with some chicken saddles, and I'm going to change out the chicken saddle that I have on her. It's a small one, and I'm going to put on one of the big ones that will come all the way down to her tail. Yep. And this is one of my little meanies. This is one of the original Rhode Island Reds from like 4 years ago. My very first set of hens I ever had. And she is a bossy one. So she's one of my biggest instigators. So the two that you see here, this one and the one out there with the other blue chicken saddle, those two get picked on along with my white one. And apparently that black and white one, which I'm kind of surprised, she is one of the biggest hens out here, but apparently I'm going to take a close look at her and make sure it's not mites or something else that's on there and that she's just getting picked on. But I'm going to go in and order some of the purple stop peck stuff. I can't remember what it's called, peck no more or something like that. I don't remember, but I am out of that. So I'm going to go order some of that. I can get it so much less expensive online than I can from Tractor Supply. And then tonight I'll come out with some triple antibiotic and put it on for now, and then put the chicken saddle over it to help disguise it from the other chickens, to kind of hide it away. So maybe she won't get picked on so bad. So we'll just see how it goes. If not, I'll have to separate her and a couple of the others. Whenever I get these guys out of here, I can take the ones that are losing feathers and put them in there and swap them out, or I can take them up to the pen up next to the house, which is like our quarantine pen, and put them in there. I just have to trim their wings before I do that so they don't fly out. But I'm going to try that first. I'd really rather not have to be feeding chickens in 3 different places and have multiple feeders everywhere if I can get them all in one spot and just get them taken care of. So I'm going to finish putting some fresh shavings in the coop and some fresh hay into the nest boxes before I head back to the house and keep cleaning. Okay, the coops have fresh bedding, fresh hay. I did not do an actual clean out of the coop this time. I just added some fresh shavings on top of where they poop at night. It's like into very distinct lines when they sit up top in their perches. So I'm going to go ahead and collect the eggs. I put them all on one side and take those in, and not tonight, but I'll give the chicks, the young ones, one more chance to get out on their own. If not, I don't usually like trying to force them. I think it's easier if they just kind of do it on their own. But sometime in the next week or so, if they still don't do it, then I'll end up just catching them at night and putting them in here with the big girls at night up on the perches in the middle of the night. I found that just works the best. But tonight I will come out and catch the ones that need new saddles on or need some medical attention and take care of them. It's just easier. I have a leg hook to catch them, but I'm always so afraid I'm going to break one of their legs whenever I use it, that I only use that when I absolutely have to. It's just easier to catch them once they're up in the coop, and I don't have any problems doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these eggs and head in the house. It is a work day in general. That's our old van on the right hand side. It's been on the road for a really long time, and to the left of it is a new van Chris bought probably a month or so ago, and they are switching everything over from the old van to the new van. The old one had blown a head gasket, and yes, it's something we could fix and put back on the road, and Chris may, but for now we have a new little minivan, kind of like Chris's. It's exactly like Chris's, so we'll have 2 matching small vans. They just get better gas mileage, and they can still tow, so if we need to deliver appliances or pick something up, we can just hook up a trailer to it. But they're in the process of putting the bulkhead in today, installing shelving, and moving over parts so that next week we can try and get this van on the road. So it is a work day for the guys. Even though it is the weekend, and Jaden is at my parents' doing yard work. They will be home tomorrow. They've been out of town for about a week, so he is over there getting the lawn done, mowing, weed eating, just general cleanup. I just mowed last week and you can see that I already need to mow again. The grass is getting really tall, but I probably will wait until next weekend to do this. I'm just going to let it get a little bit taller, let the grass heads come up so that it'll seed. I like to let it come up to seed each time before mowing. So I don't have time really to do it this weekend. So next weekend will be soon enough, and maybe I will get my car cleaned out today. I'm not sure. We'll just see how the day goes. Okay, the bathroom is clean. It's not, I don't know if you're like me, but I have different levels of clean. This is it's good for family and for our regular clean, and then I have company party clean where I get down and I like scrub every nook and cranny and every inch and baseboards and everything else. But this is it's good for the week clean, and then I'll just be doing my swish and swipe throughout the rest of the week. Like, I don't have this emptied. This is my little drop zone for things in the bathroom, and as long as it fits on there and is corralled, I'm good with that. So bathroom is clean, toilets are done. I scrubbed the tub whenever I got a shower this morning. Everything is wiped down. Toilet paper is restocked. Trash is out. Floors are done. We've been doing some touch-up paint in here. I still see a few places that need to be done, and I'll try and do that my next zone when this bathroom is the next zone. I have towels that are in the wash to finish filling that up. That'll be completely full once all the towels are done, and this bathroom will be done. This is part of my I guess it's considered daily home blessing, weekly home blessing. I have my basic to-do list that I do at night, but this is part of my once a week. I cannot wait to once a month to scrub my tub. I do my tub once a week when I'm in the shower. So that's just me. We have hard water, so I can't stand it to look grungy. So once a week I clean the shower out, and it does regularly get the swish and swipe. Each day I try to at least the counters wipe down and the toilet wipe down and the sink. So, and it does get swept just about every day in here, just because we have dogs and we walk in here with work boots. So I'm gonna go take a look at Jaden's bathroom. He said he cleaned it. I'm gonna do a quick sweep on the living room and a quick dust and call the living room good. Okay, so this is the living room before. Not really bad. There's just a few things laying around in here that should not be in here. Blankets need to be refolded. I need to dust everything because we live in just such a dusty area with so much dirt in the backyard and the dogs and stuff that I dust at least once a week. It's part of my weekly home blessing, just to go ahead and dust everything in the living room. It takes me all of 3 minutes to do that with just a little hand duster. All the coffee tables and end tables, the blinds, window seals. I need to sweep. I need to straighten up the pillows and fluff them, and just dust and do a straighten up on the living room. It will take me about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to clean up the front porch. Actually, I need to look to see if we have boxes. They have not been bringing them to the back. Okay, I don't have any boxes, but I do see that my flag flew off again. So I need to go get that and put it back and sweep out here and water a couple of plants that look like they may need it. This purple one constantly needs water. I have got to get it in a bigger pot. I've been saying that now for weeks, but I've just not had a chance to go do it. So I am gonna water, go fix my flag, sweep the porch, and sweep and dust and clean up the living room, and those 2 rooms of the house should be good. Okay, it took about 6 gallons to water everything. Some things did not need it. I probably could have gotten by with a little bit less. I ended up overflowing a few of them, but it takes me, I don't know, 10 minutes or so to water everything and sweep everything down out here, just so that it is nice and neat for the upcoming week. Make sure there's no cobwebs on the door or the wreath. Try and just kind of brush down the light. It's not perfect. This is not the zone I'm in this week. This is just a quick job, just to make it look decent. And this is already starting to perk up a little bit. That took almost a gallon of water by itself. The first gallon I put in there, none of it even made it down into the little reservoir down at the bottom. So that is a very, very thirsty plant. I also fixed my stars that were up here and fixed my flag out on the pole. All of my gallon containers are refilled, and I'm gonna go start on the living room now. Okay, living room is together. Took me less than 15 minutes, including damp mopping. The dog beds just got a quick sweep. They're not vacuumed. Like I said, this is not my zone for the week, so this is just what I do. I give it a quick dust, a quick sweep, and just fluff everything, neaten everything, and give it a damp mop. So it is back together. Everything is neat and clean. Lit a candle in here so it'll smell really good when Chris comes in tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and go start dinner, and then I'm gonna start working on getting the kitchen clean. Keep switching laundry all day. I've been switching laundry, linens, and because it's the weekend, so new linens, and all of the laundry for the week has to get washed and done tonight. So I'm off to do that. Okay, that was my son calling. He had gotten stuck, and I thought I was gonna have to go pull him out, but they were able to get it out, so I don't have to go do that. So that was just one more thing added to the day. So this is English pea salad. I'll be making this. I still need to get salt and pepper. These eggs are already boiled. I did that a few days ago. And then when I stopped at the tomato guy and I dropped off the bags to him, he had some great green tomatoes. So Chris loves fried green tomatoes, and so I'm gonna make some fried green tomatoes. I'm just gonna make it with baking blend And I have some low-carb, sugar-free bread that I'm just going to turn into breadcrumbs to bread it. So this is how I'm going to make my Trim Healthy Mama low-carb fried green tomatoes. And then I'm going to make a mushroom brown gravy to go over the top of the meatloaf and the mashed potatoes for the guys. So I'm just going to refrain from mashed potatoes. Everything else I'm going to eat. And then we have plenty of fruit and vegetables if I decide I want to make that. As soon as dinner is done, I'll be starting on the pineapples. And while the pineapples are processing, then I'll be working on the stock. I may do some beans. It just depends. It's already 7. I really don't want a 1 or 2 a.m. night. I'm already hot and tired, and I still have, I don't know, 6 or 7 loads of laundry to fold. I'm still steadily washing laundry and swapping loads. I know Fly Lady says do a load a day, but that's something I just have not been able to get into doing. I tend to wash all my laundry on the weekend and get my house done. That's just the way it ends up working for us. So I'm going to go ahead and get the mashed potatoes going first. I need to get the potatoes boiling and the pea salad in the fridge and the meatloaf, and I'm just going to work my way through. Okay, I pulled the ingredients that I'm going to use for the meatloaf. I honestly don't put much in the way of fillers like breadcrumbs or oatmeal or something like that in there unless I'm really trying to stretch it. So I'm not going to really put any of that in right now unless I just feel it absolutely needs it once I get everything mixed together. So I have my meat here, and like I said, I don't measure this at all. I have some liquid aminos, which are like soy sauce, and I have some Worcestershire, salt and pepper, minced onions, some garlic and pepper, and a couple of eggs, and some ketchup. This is not really going to be a tomato based. The ketchup just gives it a little bit of like a zesty, I don't know, a little bit of a tang. And I'll probably use a little bit of the brown gravy that's in this packet and just smush it all together and get it in a pan and put it in the oven at 350. Okay guys, here is dinner. I have some extra kids here tonight, so I have extra biscuits for them. Here is the English pea salad. I had some applesauce still open. A couple of these fried green tomatoes got a little bit too dark. I'll probably have the super dark ones and give everyone else the lighter ones. So those are all cooked up. And then I have the meatloaf with mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm going to go ahead and start dishing everybody's plates up. Okay, here is the plate made up for one of the teens. We have our meatloaf, ketchup, mashed potatoes and gravy, fried green tomato, English pea salad, biscuit, and applesauce. So I'm sure they'll enjoy this tonight for dinner. Okay guys, so it is 10 o'clock. It's a little later than I wanted to get started on this, but I'm going to get the pineapple and I'm going to get the stock canned tonight. And I think I'm going to soak beans and just leave my canner on the stove for tomorrow and go ahead and get beans soaked and then just can the beans tomorrow and do it that way. Because I still need to go fold laundry before I end up going to bed tonight and get showers and finish cleaning my kitchen. So it'll take me a few hours to get through this. Won't take me too long to get all the pineapple done, but I am going to go ahead. I've got my canner heating up. I'm going to use my pressure canner for my water bath. Right now I have it pretty full and I have a bunch of jars in there heating, and my stock just finished its pressure cooking cycle. So once the pineapple gets in and I set the timer for it, I'll start ladling this out and putting it into jars. Hey guys, it is I think almost 11:30. I have my pineapple out. I have my turkey vegetable stock in. I'm almost done with all of my dishes. I'm down to just this last bowl, and then I'm going to work on getting the kitchen cleaned. Once I finish getting my island all clean, then I'm going to go ahead and put some beans on to soak so that I can can them tomorrow, because I have room on my shelves for beans. I think I'm out of black beans. I need to go look at what I need to can, but I need to go ahead and get those pulled out and soaked. It just makes the canning easier. I will plant these tomorrow. Those are all the crowns. That should finish filling up my great big tractor tire so that, I don't know, in a year or two, I'll have my own pineapple. So those are just going to sit here for tonight. I'm using a dog food bag just sitting in a cardboard lid for all of my scraps right now. I just have everything down in there with the wax coating. It's not going to leak through as easily, and I will take that out to the stock tomorrow also. It's late and I'm not going to track out there tonight. Okay, this is in the pantry, and I look down. This is where I had a bunch of my beans, and all I have canned right now are maple beans and pinto beans. So I looked up here, and what I have pulled out are 2 bags, if I can get these up here one-handed, 2 bags of red kidney and a large bag of black beans. I don't think I'll have enough time to can more than that tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and go get these on to soak. Okay, so the dishes are done. I am not putting all this stuff away tonight. It is, I don't know, it's got to be after midnight. I don't know right now because the timer is on. The stock is in. I think it has about 15 minutes left. My beans are soaking. I have damp mopped the kitchen floor, swept and damp mopped, and all the counters are wiped down, and the table is clear. This is stuff that still has to go to our bedroom. It's that 2-room tent. I ordered the bathroom tent for our camping trips that are upcoming, and then I ordered another one of our off-grid, like Keurig type machines to put with our camp supplies. So we have one at our camper and then one at our camp supplies, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. And the broom is back there, the little electric sweeper. Jaden keeps leaving it out, so I need to go move that and get it plugged back in. I'm probably just going to fold 1 load of laundry tonight, the towels, because I can quickly fold those and get them put away. Chris is going to be ready for bed soon, so the only big flat surface I have, it's out of the way. I don't like folding laundry on our kitchen table, because if someone comes in, the whole kitchen table is piled up with laundry, is our bed. So I am not going to completely cover the bed in laundry after midnight, because he's going to want to get a shower and go to bed soon, and he hates it when I do that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go grab probably 2 baskets of towels, take them into the correct rooms, fold them, and put them away. I still have 1 load in the washer, 1 load in the dryer, and the clothes that we're wearing right now, plus enough. If I add the clothes that we're wearing in, I'll have enough to do 1 more load, and then all the laundry will be washed. I probably will start that final load in the morning, just because I don't want to stay up late enough to switch it over to the dryer. And with our humidity levels, you cannot leave clothes sitting in the washer for 30 minutes or they'll sour. It's just too hot outside still and too humid. It just will, the clothes will be nasty. You'll have to rewash them. So I am probably going to stop in the kitchen where I'm at now. I have water to the tippy top of these bowls. I probably should have put them in bigger bowls, or at least the black beans in bigger bowls, but I'm not worried about it right now. It'll be fine. For in the morning, I'll add more water if I need to, but I'm just going to go ahead and go fold those 2 loads of laundry, clear the bed off of any things that are on it, and by then the timer will go off on the canner. I can turn it off, and then I can get a shower, because I desperately need one. It has been a long, very hot day. So I'm going to stop here and finish up. I have the laundry all separated, either by person or by room. I have the washer and the dryer going. Load of towels are folded. I have a few more towels on the bed that I have to put away. That is what I have left to wash, other than what everyone is wearing. And I'm going to go check the canner and clear the bed. Hey guys, it is 12:25. I just turned my canner off, and it is coming down off pressure right now. And I'm going to go finish clearing the bed and get a shower. Okay, the bed is clear. The canner is still coming down off pressure, but what I'm going to do is hop in the shower while it is doing that, and then when I get out, I'll be able to just take the jars out and go climb in bed. Hey guys, it is Sunday afternoon, and it is finally starting to lighten up a little bit. It's about 12:30 or so, and about 10 minutes ago it was looking like night outside. My daughter and I were supposed to go look at apartments in Gainesville today, and I'm having to wait out the storm. to let it pass, because the direction we would be driving is directly into the storm, and there are storm warnings with tornado and flooding and all kinds of stuff right now. So I'm just kind of letting it die down a little bit. It's really messing our time up for the day. I have canning I'd like to do, but it takes 75 minutes for what I'm doing, so I don't want to start it and then the storm let up and be right in the middle of a canning job. And all the office stuff I wanted to work on today is some painting and things like that, and I really can't do that. The other stuff was computer work, but our power keeps going out and flickering off and on, and I don't want to have the computer up and running and the power be flickering off and on and end up messing it up. So I guess I'm just going to do some more laundry, and don't want to do anything outside or I'm going to get all wet before having to head to Gainesville. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do right now, because everything I need to do is either outside or on the computer. So we'll just have to see what I can get done. I have so much to do, and this is just really messing my day up. So, all right, we'll see what I can get done. So it is about 10:30 on Sunday evening. I got home from Gainesville, I don't know, an hour and a half ago or so. Trevor and I ended up visiting 3 apartment complexes, and then we grabbed dinner, and then we went to a couple of stores, went to Trader Joe's, and went to Ross looking for stuff for her apartment. So the weather was absolutely horrible today. But we made it okay. We saw cars with trees on them. A couple of Trevlin's friends that live along the river, the trees actually smashed their cars. Lots of down branches. Just a really bad storm that went through this area. So I have kidney beans in my canner right now that I had soaking overnight. I still have a big bowl of black beans that are soaking. So as soon as this gets up to pressure, then I can set the time, and then I can go and fold some laundry and wrap up the rest of my evening.